More questions than answers in a deadly shooting in Mobile. A man was killed after he allegedly tried to break into an apartment, but neighbors say he was no stranger. And it wasn't hard for police to catch up with a carjacking suspect. Jail officials say he told us the suspect surrendered after seeing himself on Fox 10 News. Stay tuned. Fox 10 News at 4:30 a.m. starts right now.
You're watching Fox 10 News in high-definition television.
Good morning, and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Monday morning. Today is February 24th. I'm Sarah Wall. Let's check in first now with meteorologist Michael White for a look at today's weather forecast. An interesting weekend. We had some rain, and now this morning it's foggy and it's fairly warm.
It is. You're right, Sarah. The rain we saw on Sunday was showing up along a warm front, so we ended up getting humidity rising, temperatures rising, and that's why things feel a bit balmy in spots today. But we are going to see cooler, less humid air roll in as the morning progresses. So by midday today, things are actually going to feel a lot better on the Gulf Coast.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, not bad. As we always know here on the Gulf Coast, the weather changes fast, and today, no different. Let's take a look at what we have out there on the temperatures map. 61 in the Port City, about 10 minutes. Sarah?
All right, Michael, thanks. It's now 4:32 in the news this morning. The suspect accused of carjacking an elderly man has turned himself in. Officials tell us Markavise Fox showed up last night at Metro Jail and told them that he was a wanted man and that had seen himself right here on Fox 10 News. Pritchard police say Fox is one of two suspects who forced an elderly man out of his vehicle at gunpoint last week. Officers spotted the stolen car at a gas station on Martin Luther King Avenue. That's when they say the two suspects inside took off. The chase ended when the vehicle crashed and burst into flames. Police arrested this man. He's 20-year-old Dontavius Woods at the scene. He is charged with first-degree robbery, receiving stolen property, and attempting to elude police. Fox is now charged with receiving stolen property, criminal mischief, and attempting to elude. Both remain behind bars this morning. A grand jury will decide if charges will be filed in a deadly shooting in Mobile. Police say 26-year-old Anthony Carstarphin forced his way into an apartment on Fern Court early Saturday morning. He was shot and killed. One neighbor told us she called 911 after a woman came knocking on her door.
I saw her kneeling over the man, and I asked her, I said, what's wrong with him, you know? She never did tell me what was wrong with him. She just said, help me, help me, help me. She just kept saying that over and over again.
Neighbors say Carstarphin was the former boyfriend of the woman who lives at the apartment. Police have questioned a man and a woman about the shooting, but no charges were filed. The search continues this morning for the suspect in connection to another deadly shooting in Mobile. This one happened around 4 Saturday morning in the 600 block of Azalea Road. When officers responded to the scene, they say they found 26-year-old Anthony Dunnigan lying on a sidewalk. Dunnigan had been shot several times. He was rushed to the hospital where he died. Police say the shooting was the result of an ongoing dispute with this man, 26-year-old Arnez Wilkerson. Police are issuing a warrant for his arrest. If you know where Wilkerson is this morning, please call Mobile Police at the number you see there on your screen, 208-7211. Jury selection is set to get underway today in the trial of a Grand Bay man accused of a deadly shooting. Dwayne Collier Jr. is charged with murder. The crime happened back in 2012 at a home off of Bellingrath Road. Collier and his father, Dwayne Collier Sr., are accused in the 2012 shooting death of 61-year-old Edward Dixon. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from an argument. Deputies say initially Collier Sr. took the rap for his son, but after further investigation, both men were charged in the crime. They remain in Metro Jail this morning on no bond. A work release inmate is facing more charges after authorities say he escaped in a Department of Corrections van. The inmate was supposed to take the van and pick up another inmate around 8 p.m. Friday night. When the inmate did not return, Department of Corrections officers went to Pritchard Police for help. The van was spotted outside an abandoned house on Osage Street. Police found the suspect in a house next door. Pritchard Police Chief Jerry Spezial says the inmate was serving time for robbery. He had been at the Work Release Center for 4 years. The Mobile County Commission is expected to vote today on how to spend a nearly $2 million surplus from the 2013 budget. Commissioners want to spend the bulk of the money on county employees. When the county switches to a new insurance plan next month, workers will have 2 premium payments. So the commissioners want to use the surplus to pay that second payment. They also want to give county employees a $500 per person bonus. The total cost about $1.2 million. Commissioners would also like to give $350,000 of that surplus money to the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. The money would go towards paying for increased expenses at Metro Jail. We will let you know what happens. We are still waiting to hear how the city of Mobile plans to address a budget deficit. Mayor Sandy Stimpson wants to revise the 2014 budget after a preliminary audit showed a more than $4 million deficit. The proposed amended budget was supposed to be presented to the city council at the beginning of the month, but we're told it was not ready. Fox 10 News has learned measures have been put in place to take costs to cuts. Several departments, including Mobile Police, have eliminated some open positions. It will take 5 yes votes from the 7-member council to approve an amended budget. It is election year, and one hotly contested race is that for Baldwin County Sheriff. Incumbent Huey Haas-Mack is facing challengers Jeff Dunn and Larry Milstead in the June primary. Tonight, you will have a chance to hear from the 3 candidates. The Baldwin County Young Republicans are hosting a candidate forum at 6 o'clock at Homestead Village on Plantation Boulevard in Fairhope. Cleanup efforts are underway after an oil spill on the Mississippi River. And a security flaw with Apple software could be putting your information at risk. Find out how you can protect yourself a little later on. 4:37 is our time right now. Thanks for joining us right here on Fox 10 News, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 10 News in high-definition television.
And thanks for joining us here on Fox 10 News on this Monday morning. It's now 4:40. I'm Sarah Wall. Authorities are investigating a deadly crash this morning. Mobile police say an accident early Sunday morning at the I-10 I-65 interchange left a 40-year-old man dead. Investigators say the driver was turning north from westbound I-10 when he ran off the road and hit a light pole. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say speed was a factor in the crash, but they're also investigating whether drugs or alcohol may have played a role. They say the driver was not wearing a seatbelt. A 65-mile stretch of the Mississippi River is closed this morning after a barge ran into a towboat. It happened Saturday between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Coast Guard officials say the collision caused oil to spill from the barge. It's not clear how much oil spilled. However, a sheen was reported about 47 miles west of New Orleans. Crews are working to clean up the oil. The Coast Guard says it's not sure when that section of river will reopen. About 26 vessels were waiting for passage come Sunday evening. 4:41 is our time right now on this Monday morning. After an interesting weekend, we're off to an interesting start this morning. It's foggy, it's humid, and it's warm, which is kind of unusual for this time of year, Michael White.
Yeah, it is, Sarah. We are unseasonably warm, no doubt about that. February